Hey, right, very good morning to you all. I hope you're all good. It's Sunday, it's the 5th of March 2023, and it's snow chances for Southeast England, part two. I'm going to be honest and say this is giving me an absolute nightmare. We have so little consistency between the models that, yeah, there are such fine lines between relatively mild and very cold, between dry, between heavy rain and potential big snow events coming up over the course of the next few days. I'm going to try and add a little bit more sense to it, give you a little bit of a background, a bit more of a story. But yeah, please bear with me. It's a tricky few days ahead. So I'm going to start off by looking at the facts chart, and at the moment, here it is. We've got fronts starting to push down from the north. Now, if we actually just put the marker on it and show you where the cold air is arriving, it is now very slowly starting to come into the west of Norway. That cold air is still being held up quite a way north. And if we go over to Norway at the moment, you'll see that there have been some snow showers falling this morning. Let's just run it back to earlier. Look, this is a place called Flat Rakat. I hope I've pronounced that right, on the west coast of Norway, and you'll see that the cold air has arrived, the Arctic air, and the snow showers. Look at those beautiful skyscapes, low level cumulus clouds, highly unstable, bringing in those snow showers. And that is going to be slowly but surely edging southwards over the course of the next few hours and over the course of the next few days. It's still okay in Shetland. They're still snowless. The sheep are grazing. The grasses are green, or should I say brown. You'll be getting snow up in Shetland later on today, I think. And if we have a look at the actual facts chart for midnight tonight, we will notice that by then that colder air has started to arrive over parts of northern Britain, across Scotland and towards Shetland. So yeah, you're green up there at the moment, but I rather suspect you will be turning white later on today. And this can be seen with the Met Office weather warnings. So the Met Office have a weather warning out for snow later on today across parts of northeast Scotland. But look how these warnings progress over the course of the next 2 or 3 days. So these are the warnings. These are valid from 6 o'clock tonight. By tomorrow, those snow warnings start to come down the east coast, and by Tuesday, they've spread a little bit further south. Down here in the south of Britain, it's we're not in the warning zones at the moment, but as mentioned, there is the risk, and we do still need to be on our guard. Right, we're going to take a look now at the facts chart. So we've seen how it looks this morning. We'll see how it looks tomorrow morning, and by Tuesday morning, that cold front responsible for the introduction of the cold air will have arrived across the whole of the UK, bringing in this cold Arctic air down as far as the south of England. So the cold air is still on course to arrive, and it is set to arrive on Tuesday. By Wednesday, this is the facts chart for midnight into Wednesday. The UK by then are in a cold, very cold Arctic air mass. There'll be quite a bit of frost around, and yes, there will be the risk of those snow showers, especially towards northern and eastern parts of the UK. But by Thursday, this is where the complications starts to come in. You've got fronts starting to push up from the south, and these will be introducing or trying to introduce the milder weather. So the milder air should be trying to come up. I'm trying to actually get this to work on here. Bear with me a moment. If I can get this marker, it will be a lot easier. Yeah, there you go. So we're trying to pull in warmer air from the south on Thursday, where you've got the boundary between this warmer air and the colder air to the north. That is where the potential snow events are going to arrive. Now I'm going to show you the anomaly charts at the moment just to show how it's going to play out. So this is today, Sunday, fairly average at the moment. Temperatures are around about average, but if we run the anomaly chart through to tomorrow, you see the cold air starting to arrive in the Britain, well, the north of Britain, and then by Tuesday you see very cold air. These are anomalies of -6, -7 below the average temperature at that time of day. So some bit cold air to be had. And then by Wednesday, this is when the peak of the cold spell will be arriving over the UK. And then by Thursday, this is where we start to bring in our little complication. This is where, if you notice, just to the south of Britain, we start to bring in the milder air, and this is where the boundary between the two air masses is likely to present the snow events. But yeah, I will come on with three different scenarios of how the models wish to play that one out in a sec. If we just take this anomaly forward a couple of days, so this is the anomaly for Thursday. This is the anomaly for Friday. So the warmer air from the southwest is trying to get in, but it's a bit of a battle. But by Saturday, I think we've got fairly good confidence now that certainly for the south of Britain, we will have turned significantly milder by then, and there is potential wind events on the way for next weekend. So a lot of things to be keeping an eye on. But now this is the bit we all want to look at. Let's have a look at the GFS precipitation charts for how they want to play this out over the next 3 or 4 days. They are all slightly different, so it's up to you. Take your pick. That's all I would say. So the GFS plays it out like this. So again today, rather cloudy. Chance of a few showers coming down in that northwesterly flow. I wouldn't rule out a little bit of sleetiness in some of them this evening if they come through. And tomorrow, much the same. A rather cloudy day, some bright spells, but showers will be developing throughout the course of the day. We move through to Tuesday. If you remember that front that's shown on the facts chart, that's shown as pushing down across the central parts of the UK. This is midnight Tuesday. Look how the GFS want to play this out. The front pushes down into the south of Britain Tuesday morning, but yeah, look behind it. The rain rapidly turns to sleet and then snow, and the GFS this morning on their 6 o'clock run really want to paint quite a snowy picture, don't they, across parts of southeast England. This is midday on Tuesday before the front slowly but surely edges out, slowly but surely edges out the way by the end of Tuesday. So that's how the GFS is playing. It's playing quite a snowy afternoon on Tuesday. Run it forward through to Wednesday, and this is the day when, if you remember, we were looking at this yesterday, there was a potential snow event coming into the south of Britain, south of London. GFS seems to have dropped that this morning in favour of it staying dry, and then run it forward through to Thursday. There comes the next attack from the southwest, trying to bring in some rain, but a little bit of snow on its leading edge. Again, that scuttles through the channel and tends to miss us before there's another push that comes in across from the southwest later on Thursday to give us potential snow event more towards the northern parts of London, to the, or should I say, to the north and west of London, and perhaps over the higher ground further south in Kent. So that is how the GFS wants to play it out to the end of Thursday. Quite a snowy picture on Tuesday afternoon and potentially on Thursday afternoon to the north of London. Let's now take a look at the ECM. So again today, rather cloudy, a few showers coming down in that northwesterly flow. Notice the odd bit of sleet this evening in some of them showers as they push through. Nothing too troubling. And tomorrow, another breezy day, cloudy day, quite a few showers being shown tomorrow, but the air is still relatively mild. It's Tuesday. This is the day of the arrival of the cold front. And if we look at 3 o'clock on Tuesday morning, that's where the front is. But generally from the ECM, that front is already cleared into the English Channel. It's out of the way, and we've just got a little bit of light rain and perhaps some sleet to clear. This is what the Met Office are forecasting at the moment. And really for them guys, the ECM are going for a mainly dry day, but just the risk of a few afternoon snow flurries blowing down in that northwesterly breeze. Move forward to Wednesday, and if you remember the ECM yesterday morning, they were thinking about that south of London snow event. They've kind of dropped it a little bit further south as well. So most of southeast England on Wednesday appear to be dry now. Move this forward to Thursday. They're having a crack at an introduction of some mild air with some rain and snow proceeding on its leading edge as well. And if run that forward to Thursday afternoon, very similar to the GFS Thursday afternoon, with potentially some snow to the north of London and over higher ground of Kent. But for most southern parts of the region, plenty of rain in less cold air. Run that forward through to Friday. Again, sort of they're looking at things slowly warming up from the south later on. Last, I'm going to show you the icon. This is the third one. So again, as you'd expect, today a rather cloudy day. The odd light shower coming through, possibly wintry this evening. Again, tomorrow dry and mainly bright, but some showers will be developing throughout the course of the afternoon. Some of these quite heavy, but the air will be mild. These will all be of rain tomorrow. And then Tuesday, the day had changed. This is slightly different again. Shows the front coming through, but kind of stalling across southern Britain. But it's being shown as rain. Only when it clears does it potentially show a little bit of sleetiness on its back edge on Tuesday afternoon. So again, rather sort of a bit of a sleety mix on Tuesday afternoon from those guys before that clears out the way. Wednesday, let's have a look. If you remember icon yesterday morning, we're going for that snow in the south of England on Wednesday morning. Yet again, they're kind of leaving it further south now, so less risk there on a Wednesday as that feature runs through the channel. And then we look towards the south again for another push on Thursday as that front that we saw on the fact sheet tries to move northwards again. And so the icon, they're going for a bit of a rainy, sleety, wet, snowy mix on Thursday before it all pushes out the way. So what do you do with that then? So mixed messages. Fair to say that the cold will be arriving on Tuesday. It's fair to say that a front on Tuesday afternoon does bring the risk of rain, sleet or snow, depending on which model you choose. It's also fair to say that Wednesday is looking like a relatively dry day, but Thursday is the day now where a renewed push from the Atlantic brings in the risk of further rain, sleet or snow. I think if I was further north across southeast England, I'd be fancying my chances a little bit more for a snow event on Thursday, but we've seen how much that's changed in the last 24 hours. I'm sure it will change again. So I'm going to come back again later on today with the week ahead forecast. So that'll give a little bit more detail. And by then, my thoughts on how the bigger picture is going to be playing out, how it's looking towards the end of the week and the weekend. But I think it's fair to say that with confidence that by Saturday, the chances are that any of this cold air should have pushed out the way and will be in a milder, showery and more unsettled regime. Hope you've all found it useful. I've found it quite confusing, but as I mentioned, I'll be back later. Thanks all for watching. Please remember to give us a like, a share and a subscribe. It really does help with the channel. Have a great day. Ciao for now.